Pain changes you, makes you angry, makes you depressed, makes you sad. It makes you not want to do anything, so you've got to keep pushing through. My name is Daniel Scali, and I hold the Guinness World Record for the world's longest plank.
Most of us can hold a plank for a minute. Others can hold it for 5 or maybe at most 10. And then there's Daniel Scali. This man from Australia set the Guinness World Record for holding a plank for 9 hours and 30 minutes.
When I was 12 years old, I fell off a trampoline and broke my left arm. I kept on having complications with my left arm where my fingers were swollen, it was constantly sweaty, my hair growth was excessive, and I couldn't move my arm without being in pain. They diagnosed me with complex regional pain syndrome. So a simple way to explain CRPS is my brain sending wrong signals to my left arm. So anything like soft touch, movement, wind or water will cause me pain. Like even now as I'm resting here, my arm's got a constant throb there. It's just like something's not right, it's hurting me, it's burning. Because I've learnt to live with it for the last 16 years, I've been able to adapt my life to it, but you know, the only way they could ease the pain was virtually put me in a ketamine infusion and put me just about to sleep, you know, just so I can sort of still be aware of my surroundings but not with it. I'll be hallucinating, I'll be screaming of pain when I come out of the ketamine infusions. I'm thankful enough that I haven't had to experience that again because their treatment now is far better than what it was 16 years ago.
While you would assume that Daniel has been training for years, he actually started to hold planks just a few years ago. Pushing through endless pain, he trained relentlessly to break the record. In
the middle of COVID in Australia, where you couldn't go to gyms, you could still do home trainings, but the gyms weren't open. So I had a few friends of mine come past my house, or a couple of friends come past my house and did a bit of a circuit training, light, cardio session. And at the end of the session, I thought, let's do a 2-minute plank. I still remember counting down the last 10 seconds, 9, 8, like we needed there, and we all dropped. A few weeks later, I thought, let's do another plank, and it ended up being a 5-minute plank until it virtually hit 30 minutes. I then took it upon myself to, okay, well, let's make up a training routine. I started off with 30 minutes a night. That went off for 2 nights. Then the next 2 nights went up to 45, etc., all the way until I was up to 5 hours. So when I was up to 5 hours a night, I was probably doing that for a couple of months. I'll do a minimum of 600 arm curls on like a resistance band just to build up my shoulders and my biceps. I'll do maybe a minimum of, let's say, 500 to 600 sit-ups, push-ups during the day. Anything I could do where I knew that I could just condition myself, get that extra 1% per day, that's what I went for. The first time was tough, but the second time was tougher. So I remember at the 14-minute mark, my thighs started to burn. When I hit the 2-hour mark, I was sort of getting into my zone where I'm visualizing things and I'm sort of clocking out of where I am. So that's where it's a good sort of feeling. My left arm itself felt like it was on fire. My shoulders on both ends felt like I was holding a 5-kilo plate up. I was getting stinging, shooting pain, like nerve pain going up my arm. My stomach started to turn on me a little bit. So I started vomiting on my right arm, and that went along all the way to the end, just off and on, off and on. When I broke the record, 8 hours and 15, it was joyful, it was exciting, but I knew the job wasn't done. So my previous record was 9 hours, 9 minutes. Let's see what I can do. 9 hours, 9 minutes come, I broke that record. And as soon as I said I'm done, I said, no, you got 1 more % left in you. And that's when 9 hours 30. But that last 10 minutes, I suppose, last 5 minutes, it was brutal. Remember them counting down the last 10 seconds? My body just went into a zone again. And it's like, do I have to go longer? Yeah. But I knew I was done. But the last 10 seconds was like, you're done it. So I just had to slowly ease my way into bending my knees, clawing my way up, but like I was saying earlier, as soon as I bend my knees, as soon as I sort of bent my elbows, it was another level of pain again from the plank, When I got the official email to say, dear Daniel Scali, we are thrilled to inform you that your application for the world's longest plank has been successful. You're now the Guinness World Record holder. Them words there are embedded in me. I've never had that joy before.
Daniel's amazing feat has brought attention to complex regional pain syndrome. Today, he holds planks to raise money for chronic pain organizations and different events worldwide.
I'm going for a push-up event soon where I'm going for the most push-ups in an hour. And that's just once again to raise awareness for CRPS, pushing myself, my body to its limits to see what I can do. My goal is to get businesses to support it, get around it, and put $1 to each push-up or 20 or 25 cents to each push-up, so it gives me more incentive to push harder.
Daniel's incredible work to overcome personal challenges while spreading awareness of chronic pain is an inspiration to anyone struggling.
If people do know someone's in pain, giving them a message, say, hey man, how you feeling today, will light up someone's day, because how'd you know that? I wanted to raise awareness for chronic pain sufferers, as well as majority of CRPS sufferers, because not many people have heard of complex regional pain syndrome, and it's debilitating. People are living in hell right now because of it. I wanted to give them people a voice, or just to say, look, we're here. I know what it's like. I've lived with it. I've dealt with it at its worst, and I've dealt with it at its best. You know, we can still live. We can still do things. That there, knowing that I've done that, and it's after the first time and the second time, that's the most satisfying thing in the world. You know, that's my purpose. I'm grateful for that.
I'm Drew Binsky, and thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe down there if you want to see more inspiring people stories, and check out my main channel below where I bring you on the most epic adventures from every country. Also, I'm giving away for free all of my best travel tips and secrets for finding cheap flights on that middle link. Until next time, stay safe, be spontaneous, and just go.